I'm not interested in the discourse about rape culture. I'm more interested in just, I'm upset with the mode that the discourse is taking place, and I wanted to voice that concern.
Okay. First off, how would you have the discourse take place?
What's your mission statement? Tell me that.
Well, if you disagree, I would like for you to rationalize your position. I see on campus a lot of people, we've had a lot of people come up and scream. We've had some very productive discussions. You can rationalize your position, and I can rationalize mine. I think especially when we have a media, obviously, that leans a certain political direction, that it's been accepted among societal nomenclature, it's important to present a different point of view. Rape culture is not a thing.
That's fair. So my beef with it is the aggressive ignorance. I'm not saying you're aggressive. Obviously you're not. Obviously you're listening to people. However, right now I'm standing right back there. I'm 10 feet back there, and I'm talking to everyone around. No one can hear you.
Yeah.
You're not starting the dialogue you're trying to start.
Actually, I am.
Okay.
So it's a dialogue between me and you. You know, we're having a dialogue.
Okay.
And then millions of people will see the dialogue.
Okay.
And then they can judge for themselves who's rationalized their position. This is not meant to be an argument. It's gotten hostile sometimes because people come in and scream or get really upset. But not everyone here can necessarily hear it.
So there's a lot of people that are in a way entering a one-sided dialogue, and here's how. Okay. You have a sign that says rape culture isn't real.
Right.
Not everyone's going to get up here to talk to you. Not everyone's going to feel comfortable doing that, especially if they have been sexually assaulted. That's not something a lot of people like to talk about. But also, so we see the sign, and then you're stuck thinking about it all day, that some people believe that some horrible thing that may have happened to you, and the culture that protects perpetrators doesn't exist. So, for example,
hold on a second. Two different things. Rape, horrible, heinous crime. Don't support it at all.
I understand.
So if someone goes through the day thinking that would be incorrect. But the idea that a society supports the perpetrators, yes, that's okay. I'm okay with someone thinking that.
Okay, yes, I accept that.
I want to separate the two because you kind of blended them there.
Okay, my apologies.
No,
yes.
it's okay. I appreciate it.
Supporting the act, or even not stigmatizing those that commit the act enough, or punishing them enough or frequently. But what I'm saying is I see people walking around, I see girls in tears, and that's because of your sign. And because they're seeing that belief presented and not having the chance or the comfort. There's 2 microphones here. There's a camera in my face. You have your little book of facts. I don't have anything prepared.
That's true.
I just went to
I'm not referencing this right now. I have it for you if you would like to.
I know, but I've seen you. No, I'm not interested in the discourse about rape culture. I'm more interested in just, I'm upset with the mode that the discourse is taking place, and I wanted to voice that concern.
Okay. First off, how would you have the discourse take place?
Not in a crowd of a bunch of people that can't hear me.
Yeah. This is going to take place again. People will watch it.
I have a. Yeah.
The whole point is the reason for this is the op, and the reason this is important is have someone who's worked in cable news for years. You know, I appeared on Fox, CNN, BBC, and couldn't stand the soundbite sort of system of news. This is the opposite of that. Completely unedited, allowing people to rationalize their positions long form. And of course, it's very hard for a conservative to get a permit on campus to conduct these debates. It's often very hard to find people who will do so, and usually end up with either an activist or professor. The goal to this discourse is to have conversations with real people about these topics.
Well, don't you think it's kind of setting yourself up if you're interviewing students?
We haven't just done students.
That's all I've seen today.
Today we're doing it at this campus, yeah. We do a pretty eclectic mix. Last time we did it in front of the White House.
Do you ever debate someone where
Sure.
you...
It's very hard to often find leftist opponents who are willing to engage in a debate. It's increasingly difficult.
Why do you think that is?
I couldn't tell you.
I think a lot of the reason is because these concepts of...
Why do you think it is?
Well, I think that the concepts I'm arguing for, so rape culture and things like you had your male or white privilege sign last time, those are really, really complicated concepts. And it's not so simple as saying, oh, that person's white, I'm going to pay them more. There's structural things going on. And lots of us are just bystanders that it's being perpetuated through our day-to-day operations. So there's not the oppressors and the oppressed.
What's being perpetuated?
Oppression. Okay. So there's I read an article, it was in a philosophy class, it was 5 forms of oppression. So say a group is marginalized, like the elderly often have a hard time finding work.
Sure.
Right? And maybe there's medical reasons for that, but then that ties into ableism, and that's a different, I know this is tangential, but my whole point is you're going to have trouble finding people to debate you because these concepts are very hard to articulate. And if you're going in with the mindset of just change my mind, it's really hard to want to engage in that discourse.
Okay, how about this? How about let me use your standard. Articulate it.
My standard?
Yeah,
My
don't even
standard
change my
would
mind,
be-
articulate it. Isn't it wonderful to say all of these positions that you hold are so nuanced, you couldn't possibly be burdened with articulating it, but I am.
So you think you're the minority?
Do I think I'm the minority?
You
On a
think the
college, that's why we're on a
minority
college
is-
campus, yeah. Not here. You see many people who've been othered who have more right-leaning viewpoints who would disagree with yourself, who have to be quiet about their points of view. But you said that all these issues like white privilege, for example, like rape culture, they're so nuanced. Your position was that it's hard to find leftists or progressives or liberals, whatever term you want to use, who would be willing to debate because they're so nuanced that they wouldn't be able to articulate their position. Isn't that convenient?
Is it convenient? No. That's why we can't change your mind.
Because you can't articulate your position?
No, because you have to read the hundreds of books and articles that the professors who are able to articulate it read. I can't articulate it. I'm a junior. I'm an acting major.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.